Many magnificent ways that just can't count them all. And so we say, welcome to our virtual community in Facebook that is joining us this morning. Welcome to the Monterey Center for Spiritual Living. We are continuing with our theme for the month of December, which is the journey of becoming. And our talk title for today is The Joy of Becoming. There's something about an expansion, something about becoming more than or greater than that just is about this season. There's this little joke that I'd like to share with you. I think I'm stereotyping because little boys always get a bad rap, but it's the little girls that put them up to it. I see some denial here. But this story is about this little boy who is praying. So he's upstairs praying while his mother sits beside him, and his dad and his grandmother are downstairs. And so he begins his prayer by saying, Lord, I pray for a train set, a remote control car, and a new bicycle. His mother says, you don't have to shout, dear. God is not deaf. And he says, I know, but Grandma is. So I think his intention was for Grandma to get him the new bicycle. So the elevated voice at the end. Laughter is always a good segue into whatever follows. And so let's allow that to be the segue into our talk for today, the journey of becoming. The journey is realized in stillness and in surrender. It's a time to pause, to pursue and plan for the next descent and ascent. We descend and we ascend. I wish I had the teaching symbol behind me because that's what the V in our teaching symbol represents, the descent of the Spirit coming through all of form into its expression and then emerging back upward, going up through form and back into the origin of all things. So we descend and we ascend, moving from glory to glory, and we take whatever we have become through this journey. We don't leave it behind. That which has allowed us and expanded us to grow up to this point is what we take with us. I'm reminded several years ago at an Asilomar conference, and I believe this may have taken place prior to the integration, so it may not have been a theme for one of the RSI conferences. But anyway, the theme for that particular year was Journey of Awakening. And there's something about that continues to resonate with me. And I believe I still have one of the t-shirts from that conference. You know, I have clothes that I put in my museum category. I don't wear them, but I won't release them. So they're part of my museum collection. But I think this t-shirt and that expression was something that just really resonated with me. We're all on a journey of awakening to our greater yet to be. While learning a new skill or undertaking an adventure, as we're doing here at the center with our tech equipment, a critical step is sitting at the plateau to assimilate and integrate our experience before finding what is next. So this is our opportunity to sit at the plateau. And at the plateau, we go through the learning process. We experience and assimilate what is needed for the next steps. It reminds me of the process of visioning. And I'm going to put in another plug to join us on Saturday mornings for our visioning for half an hour to 45 minutes. In visioning, one of the questions we ask is, what must I be or become? What must I be or become? Another way of asking that is, what is mine to be, to know, and to do? A lot of us want to jump ahead to the doing what is the next step? What am I called to do next? Doing actually comes out of being. We be still. We be that place where God shows up, where God can speak. And so that is why I've included what is mine to be, what is mine to know. Reveal to me what I am to know so that then I can move forward into doing. Because sometimes we move in the direction of not knowing where we're going or where it's going to take us or what is required for the journey. And that's where we get tripped up. In this quiet space, there's a time for deepening and steeping in the experience. The joyful expectancy of knowing that we stand on the shoulders of those who came before us, and we are their dreams fulfilled, just as the generations to come will stand on our shoulders and fulfill the dreams that we are dreaming. We're all interconnected. There's also a beauty in the stillness. And in realizing that on our journey, we remember that God is always at hand, waiting to be noticed. God is always at hand, waiting to be noticed. Further revealing itself through us. This is how we notice the Spirit, as it reveals itself through us and through those that we connect with. And in practicing the 40-day prosperity plan this time around, and I've done it for a number of years, but there's something about this time that I just feel that I'm going deeper and deeper into an expanded revelation of the Spirit revealing itself as me. Just a greater awareness that the I am presence is truly expressing itself as me. This present moment is the culmination of every moment before us. And as we are approaching the end of this year, it is the culmination of an entire process. And I'll offer a couple of illustrations of this. The first one is there's only one thing that is ever happening, and that is God expressing in this moment. That is the only thing that is ever happening. In our Science of Mind textbook, Dr. Holmes writes this: we are not becoming this life, but we are now in and of this life. There is no life, there is no other life. God is not becoming, God is. God is not growing, God is complete. God is not trying to find out something, God already knows. And so in this moment, we tap into that infinite knowingness of Spirit. Becoming the fullness of Spirit, we notice His presence all around us. The journey through the year has presented us with highs and lows, with joys and sorrows. And now we take the moment to sit in the stillness of God, considering the next year ahead, becoming this moment in time and this expression. Point number 2, the life and experience of the divine is here and now. I trust that you're seeing a recurring theme that, someone said that we have this opportunity as ministers and as people of faith, as practitioners of this philosophy, to say God is all there is, 52 different ways throughout the year. So you will find some repetitiveness in this, yet it is the intention to know and to remember and to connect with this idea and with this awareness that God is, therefore I am. I am, therefore God is. Eckhart Tolle writes in The Power of Now, in holy waiting, all your attention is in the now. You're present with your whole being, every cell of your body. It is only now that you are truly yourself. And so in this moment and in the experience of each moment, God pours itself through all of creation, using itself as both the putty and the sculpture. Being in this moment is not a necessary part of the unfolding of the divine. No, I read that incorrectly. Being in this moment is a necessary part of the unfolding of the divine. So take this moment to really drink it in. Let it marinate in the all-pervasiveness of God right here and right now. And so just to give ourselves an experience of this, I invite everyone to just take in a collective breath. Let us breathe in together. We're breathing in the awareness that the breath of God is breathing me, it is breathing everyone around me. And we release that back into the atmosphere, knowing that the breath circulates through each and everything. And our third point this morning is to be still and know. All of your experiences are the result of your own self-contemplation, writes Dr. Michael Bernard Beckwith. All of your experiences, all of our experiences are the result of our own self-contemplation. And the self-contemplation is what we experience in our quiet time, in our meditation, in our stillness. For it is in the stillness that we are allowing the joyful song of life to shine through ourselves. We arrive at the heaven within, the delight of God unfurling itself as all of our experiences. We are here expressing the delight of God. Isn't that a wonderful thing? It just gives me God bumps as I think about that. And I think that's how God works through humor. This is why I like to incorporate humor as a part of my life. We are here at the delight of God. Each of us has the power and the potential to awaken to the true nature of God within us. And as we pause at the end of this cycle before diving into the next, let us invite this awareness of truth into our very beingness. And this now leads us to our call to action. We are approaching the end of the solar cycle. I believe winter solstice is the 21st, which is next, no, it's not this coming week, it's the following week. I believe it's the 21st this year. We are approaching the end of the solar cycle, the end of 1 year, and the coming solstice, be it summer or winter, brings a time for pause. Not just in ourselves, but also in the natural world of the cosmos. Do you sense, despite all of the busyness that is going on, do you sense a slowing down? That the world is slowing down just a tad to give us that time for a reflective pause. Sitting in the pause is an opportunity to sit in the stillness, to listen, to reflect, to listen to the still small voice that whispers to us, be still and know. Be still and know. Be still and come into the quiet glory and the deep joy of God within us now. And each Sunday I offer to you questions for journaling or reflection or discussion. And I've asked our tech team to drop those into the chat for those in the Zoom room, and they will be in the comments section on our Facebook page. And so our first question, and there are multiple parts to the questions this morning. So the first question is, recognizing my life is very full. How and when do I work in consciousness, time for stillness and pause? Another way of saying that is in the busyness, in my doing. Do I take the time to work in stillness and pause? If I'm doing it now, how may I expand on this current practice? And if I'm not doing it, what would it look like to begin to incorporate time for stillness and pause into my daily activities? Question number 2. Have I had a moment of experiencing the true nature of or being in God? Have I had a moment of experiencing the true nature of really being in God, that deep inner feeling? And I'm reminded of the story, many of us may be familiar with it, of Dr. Holmes, where he had his mystical experience, and there was a pause in his delivery, and the veil opened before him, and he saw the mysteries of the cosmos, and he took his seat saying, "I have arrived." That's the type of experience that we're talking about. If you've had this experience, what is it like? And if not, allow the imagination to tell you and to show you what that experience would look like. And question number 3 for discussion or journaling or contemplation is, when I come into pause and stillness, what do I feel? What is that inner feeling when I come into pause and stillness? Do I feel rested? Do I feel potential? Is there something else? Where does this feeling live in my body? And what does it feel like? How do I know that it's there? And then how can I take it out into my life as I go out into the world and into the journey of connecting with others? Because all of life is interconnected. And now I invite you to join with me in our affirmation of the week. I will say it and then I will invite you to repeat it. So, affirmation for the week. I sit in joyful expectation of the revelation of God. And so, I sit in joyful expectation of the revelation of God. Let us pray together. And as we come to this close of a calendar year, also we recognize that in God, that there is no time and space. This all-prevailing presence, this one life, this one source of all that there is eternal in its nature. And out of that eternality, it creates out of its own self, and yet is not absorbed by its creation. And so out of that creation emerges each one as an individualized expression of the divine. I affirm that for myself, and I affirm it for all beings everywhere on the entire planet, all interconnected with all of life, because each one is an individualized expression of life. And so going through this journey called life, with its highs and lows, with its joys and sorrows, there are opportunities for us to be in the stillness, to take that pause, to take that holy breath, and to listen for the direction, listen for our inner guidance system that says, go this way, turn this way, stop, back up, whatever the direction is. When we are in tune and alignment with the inner spirit, I know that everything continues to unfold in divine, right, and perfect order throughout all of the days of our lives. Seeking a deeper connection and a deeper experience of the I Am presence brings me out of the seeming doldrums of life, inspires me to be creative, to open to the idea of what is next in this grand experience. And as I claim this truth for myself, I affirm it for each one that is a part of this experience right here, right now. Again, remembering that God is non-local. Wherever you are listening to or reviewing this particular talk, this particular experience of the divine, is the right and perfect time for this message. I bless the members of our community that are experiencing what I call life happenings. Those who are experiencing health opportunities. Those who are experiencing a newness of life in a variety of ways, whether it be a newness in living space, a newness in right livelihood known as employment, starting a business, shifting from one employment situation to another, however Spirit is expressing as this newness in life. Those who are facing an experience of the judicial system, declaring right here and right now divine order, not having any need to know the details, because God is not in the details. God is in the results. And so just declaring right order, divine right order, relaxing and releasing into the loving arms of Spirit, knowing that everything is working at all times for the highest and best for everyone that is involved. Absolutely everyone that is involved, because each one is awakening to their divine humanity, their divine illumination as spirits of the living one. Knowing this service to be complete, I just release it now back into the law, which always says yes to whatever the request is. I know that it is done. I know that it is done well. And so I just allow it to be. And for this, I am truly grateful. And I invite us to affirm this time together by saying, and so it is. And so I just have a couple of things to share as we prepare for our gracious giving. This is a reminder to our friends in Facebook land, your opportunity to contribute to our Santa Project. We have adopted a number of children this year here in Monterey County, and there's a picture on your screen of some of the gifts that we have already purchased, and through your graciousness, we will be able to buy additional gifts for the 10 children. To donate, we ask you to go on to our website, and that website will be posted on the screen, and select fundraising as your category. And then when prompted, indicate in the comments section, Santa Project. And so we thank you for that. And now let us say our statement of abundance together. I recognize the presence of God within as a source of my abundance. Out of my abundance consciousness flows everything I could desire. With gratitude and thanksgiving, I now participate in the flow of uninterrupted abundance. This prosperous experience is evidence of my abundance consciousness. And again, thank you for the way that you lovingly contribute to the center, allowing us to expand and to create opportunities for reaching out and sharing this good news that God is all there is. You may mail your donations in to our location, our physical location, 400 West Franklin Street, Monterey, California, 93940. You may also text to give, and that number is on your screen. Follow the directions as you're prompted. And then on our secure website, you may also donate there. And all of your donations are tax deductible to the full extent that is allowed by law. And I also want to put in a plug for those in our community, our local community, and in our virtual community. If you are in a position where you are taking a distribution from a retirement plan at the end of the year, consider the Monterey Center for Spiritual Living as part of your giving plan out of that distribution that you take. We appreciate it, and we thank you for that. And so we say good morning now. As we prepare to say good morning to our Facebook family, we invite you to join us next week. We will continue our theme for the month, The Journey of Becoming, and our talk will be The Gift of a New Journey. The Gift of a New Journey. So it is with excitement and anticipation I look forward to seeing how that is going to unfold. And so we say thank you and God bless you to our Facebook family.